Now let's get more reaction on this top story that we are tracking for you this afternoon, where a gas tanker explosion has killed at least 10 people and left others critically injured. We are now joined on the line by All Truck Drivers Forum and Allied South Africa, Manukelane, Manana, to weigh in on this incident and on the perspective of truck drivers. A very good afternoon to you. As a fellow truck driver and a member of this association, just what's your reaction hearing about this incident in the early hours of this morning?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to the viewers of the SABC. Let me try to convey our heartfelt condolences to the family, those who lost their loved one. Actually, we are suddenly cursed by this horrifying accident. I don't know what can I convey into the which department that they can give us a further audience so that we can able to convey our dissatisfied to build up something constructive that can lead to avoid those horrifying accidents like this.
Now, as you begin, of course, news is coming in at a very slow pace, Mr. Manana, in terms of what really transpired. But we do understand that, the tanker was stuck under this bridge. What do you think could have possibly happened, in terms of this driver then, getting under this bridge? One would only imagine that he miscalculated. But what are your thoughts in terms of what could have transpired?
It might happen. So, Mashisa, it might happen that the signs that it should be showing the truck there is prohibited for the truck to going through there. It was not there. What I'm trying to analyze on my personal perception, because I don't think the well-trained driver can go through where the sign shows precisely that the truck is prohibited to go through. But at some other instance, we can cry and unfold, but the only thing we should have considered, those kids of us they are vulnerable. The people who are coming from outside, they're just dishing them with the nyaupes and etc. Those boats, even though it was there, but now I saw in your screen, there is no boat to show that the truck is prohibited for them to go there. So it's very difficult for us to consider what had happened there. The boat, it was there, or really we are blank as the ATDF.
Now, in terms of, just the logistics, do drivers have a say, in terms of which kind of loads they are carrying and the safety measures, that needs to be adhered to? Because we do understand that, this was a gas tanker. So I would imagine the safety around such transportation, the measures are quite different. And when we see these reports, we see that there were in fact 3 explosions, from the time that the truck, caught alight. There were then 3 explosions in succession, which is probably why you see the number of deaths with this particular accident, and also those that are injured up to the region of about 50.
I think, my sister, the contributing factor on this instance is the hate. Yes, we know that the truck it has been stuck under the bridge. For the truck to go there without any signs that show to the driver it's prohibited for him to go in there is another story. But now we already found the truck stuck under the bridge. It shows that the sign was not visible enough to avoid any this kind of circumstance. So I don't, what, let me bring this into your attention. The driver who are driving the gas and etc. and the petrol, those drivers, they are well trained. They are well trained. I don't think the well trained driver can go there without seeing that it's prohibited for him to go there. No, it's very, very difficult. Therefore, I'm saying it's very difficult for us to consider or to take any decision what had happened, because we know precisely with AMA driver, AMA tanker and the petrol, they are not sacrificing like any other department of the truckers. They are having 9 hours waking. Those people, they are strictly. RTMC is strictly on that particular truck or department.
So in other words, what you are saying then is that more needs to be done in terms of where drivers drive, in terms of the signal on the roads. You are obviously saying that these were experienced drivers. It was not one, but two. And that it probably, the issue here is probably in terms of, just how well lit, I would imagine, that area is, and also the signage. In terms of, that route that he took.
Exactly. My contemplated is around there, because I don't want to put my head on the block, speaking different from what I knew, as I'm the also a driving motor vehicle truck driver, code 14. I've been here in this industry for past 23 years. But please, man, when we are trying to invite number of SABC, something like that, so for us to give them the situation that we are facing through on a daily basis, no one coming to our rescue. I was listening in the morning, the Patricia here. She is provoked. She is persisting, asking the fan there, what is their input in terms of the truck, because the truck every day are killing the people on the street. So I don't think that is a very accurate question that you need to conveying into the people who are on a frustration. Because now you turn the enemy into the drivers, of which that is wrong. Because we've got our own submission grievance, credential submission grievance. No one taking care of us.
Mr. Manana, then, just probably, enlighten us. You talk about the fact that, yes, in most instances, truck drivers are being blamed for these horrific incidences, but also that the job itself is tough. Talk to us about just how tough the kind of conditions as truck drivers you also have to undergo. I mean, I would imagine that that truck driver, as you say, as an experienced truck driver, tried by all means to prevent this kind of incident. So talk to us then about just some of the conditions you find yourselves working under too.
I think, my sister, we've got a very unique law or unique law whom are established between the employer and employees, main collective agreement. We've got very specific law. It is stipulated loud and clear with the driver, how many hours it should be driven the truck, how many overtime hours it should be on the route. After that particular time, he needs to having the rest. But now the thing which is going to put the petrol on that system is the load system. From 2018, we wrote a number of letters inviting bargaining council to refrain themselves to keep that particular clause 35, the incentive scheme, which is utilized to pay the driver. It can be load, it can be kilometer. All those things contravening that clause 6. So I don't know. We have taken our demonstration into bargaining council, trying to show them that we don't need those things because this thing is costing the country and the family whom they are innocent on the road. Because while I'm tired, the controller pushing me, the load, it must be offloaded. Remember, the controller, they are working shift regulation, 6 to 6. The one who's going to take over 6 p.m. He's going to push me again to round the clock into 24 hours. So what is going to happen when the sun is starting to rise?
All right, Mr. Manana, thank you so much for your time. Of course, this is obviously through very difficult circumstances, but that was the All Trucks Driver Forum and Allied South Africa, Mr. Manukelane Manana.